Hey guys, welcome to the Ultimate Slayer Guide Basics video. I currently am 91 Slayer and planning on getting 99 in the future. Slayer is good for money, charms, combat experience. It's really good for training if you don't have a 99. This video will show you the basics of Slayer. This will be one of the most precise Slayer videos you will ever see in your entire life. So thank you for watching, and please tell me what you think. Here's some food that's commonly used in Slayer. I personally use monkfish just because they're really cheap. They're 1/3 of the price of sharks, and they heal 16 and sharks only heal 20. So why would you pay an extra 1k just to heal 4 more GP? So I personally use monkfish, and I would recommend for you guys to use that too. For the plate body and the plate legs, most people like to use Bandos, but Bandos is very expensive and it doesn't have as good of stats as Torig. Torig has 30 better. The only thing that Bandos is really good for is its strength bonus and its +1 prayer, but as you can see here, Torig is a lot better. So use Torig, but if you can't afford Torig, just downgrade to Rune or whatever. For some tasks such as Aberrant Spectras and Water Fiends, you need high mage defense, which melee armor cannot do. Mainly range armor has very good mage defense. See, +70, +56. See, it has very good. But personally, Armadale's too expensive, and Corel's not very expensive. But I personally use D'hide, just because. I mean, it has better defense than Corel's. Just look at that. Better defense. If you add these together, it would equal the same pretty much. And this is around 5 mil. This is around 10k. Next is the helmet. Most people use the Slayer helmet, and you'd need to do a couple tasks for it. It's basically a rune full helm with no negative attack bonuses, and it is really helpful. But if you can't afford the black mask, just downgrade to Nieta's helm. Basically, what the Slayer helm is made up of is 5 different Slayer items, and they're all combined together. So here they are right here. We have the earmuffs, the face mask, the nose peg, the spiny helm, and the black mask. And you have to do smoking kills to get this, and you need 10 defense to wear this. So I personally recommend the Slayer helmet. Next would be boots and gloves. Personally, I wear Barrows gloves and D boots because of the decent stats and very high strength bonus. These are the best things to wear for strength bonus. But if you don't have Barrows gloves, you could just go down, you know, Barrows, Dragon, Rune. And if you can't afford D boots, you can wear Rune boots, or you could wear Climbers. So if you can't afford either of those, just wear these. So I would recommend Barrows gloves and D boots. Next is the amulet. I personally use a Fury because of its attack stats, its defense bonuses, its strength, and its prayer bonus. It is the best amulet for pretty much anything. But if you can't afford it, you can always use a Glory. A Glory has the same attack stats, but lower defense bonus, lower strength, and lower prayer. But if you can't afford that, if you're a nub, you can always wear the Strength amulet, which has no attack or defense stats, just +10 strength. Okay, now we have the ring. I use a Berserker ring on some tasks, depending on where it is. I use a Berserker ring if it's not in the Curadel's dungeon. The Curadel's dungeon, I use a Ferocious ring. It helps you hit better. It's kind of like a Berserker ring in there, but it helps you hit better. It works as a ring of life, and it teleports you to Curadel. Like, if you get to 9 HP, if you're 90 plus HP, then it will work as a ring of life and teleport you outside the dungeon, I believe. And Berserker ring, very helpful because of the +4 strength, but if you don't have that and you're not in the Curadel's dungeon, you could wear a ring of Slayer, which you do not need the level for. You could just borrow a level. You just need the gem, the ring, the gold bar, and the ring mold. It can tell you how many you have to kill left, and it can teleport you to 4 places, which are Simona in the desert, which gives you Slayer tasks, the Slayer Tower, the Slayer Caves, and the Tarn's Lair. Next on the list is Cape. We'll start out with the best cape to wear during Slayer, and that would be the Fire Cape. The reason being is because it has plus 11 to all defense, plus 1 to all attack bonuses. It has plus 4 strength, which is the only cape in the game that has strength, and it has plus 2 prayer. But if you don't have a Fire Cape, you can wear a skill cape. You can wear a trimmed skill cape, which gives plus 4 prayer, which is really good. And it doesn't have any attack bonus or strength, and has 2 less than a Fire Cape. But if you don't have a Fire Cape or a 99, then you could just rock the Legends Cape. So I personally recommend Fire Cape or Skill Cape. Next is Shield. I personally recommend the Dragon Fire Shield just because it has the best stats in game besides Divine or any of the Spirit Shields. It has really good defense. It's a Dragon Fire Shield, an anti-fire shield, so you can wear it when you are having a Slayer, like a Dragon Slayer task. So you have that, and it's the best strength bonus in game. Really good defense stats. Another item that people use is the Jazar Shield, and I really do not find this very good because it has the same stats as a Granite Shield, and the only difference is it's plus 5 strength. And Rune Kite, very common in Slayer. It has better stats than the Jazar Shield, as you can see here, but it doesn't have the plus 5 strength. And last is the Rune Defender. It does have the plus 5 strength, and it has really good attack bonuses, which help for hitting better, but it does not have very good defense. So I definitely would recommend Dragon Fire Shield or Rune Defender. Rune Defender because it's really cheap. It's free, basically. And last on the list is the weapon. Personally, I use a whip on pretty much every Slayer task unless I want to range. It has pretty good attack bonuses, very good strength bonus, and you can wear a shield with it, like a DFS or something. Personally, I don't use a God Sword just because it's slow. It doesn't hit rapid 50s like you see in PK vids, and I sometimes bring a God Sword on a task with me just for specs. You can always use an SGS, which will heal you, but I would recommend a whip, a Sarah Sword, a D-Sim, anything that you can afford that is good for you and kind of fast. So now here's all the gear that I wear on a Slayer task depending on what I have. Like if I have Water Fiends or Aberrant Spectros, I would wear D-Hide instead of Toe Rig, and if it were Water Fiends, I'd be wearing a Zamorakian Spear. You can use any of the Barrows weapons such as Varrock's Flail, Toe Rig's Hammers, Gethin's Spear, Darek's Axe for the Crush weapon, I believe it is, on Water Fiends, but this is what I wear on most Slayer tasks. This is my tanking gear. Here are the Slayer things that you need for Slayer. You can trade any Slayer Master, and enhanced gems, they're kind of helpful because you can make them into Slayer rings. You need a rock hammer if you are 75 plus Slayer. You need a face mask, the earmuffs, the nose peg, and the spiny helm if you are gonna make a Slayer helmet. The Slayer staff, very helpful because it's really cheap and it hits pretty decent with magic. Broad bolts, you can make these. I don't know what Slayer level you need for them, but they are very helpful. I think you need 55 to use them, I believe. And that's about it for the Slayer items. You can use a leaf-bladed spear or a leaf-bladed sword against 2 other Slayer monsters that I can't remember the name of. I'll put a little animation here.